Guys, I am going to today take you through how I made the beat for my new track Trumpets that either has just been released or is about to get released. I'm not sure when I'm going to release this video, but yeah, let's dive straight into it. So first of all, I have an account with Splice. Any producers that weren't born yesterday should know what Splice is, but it's a loop service that you pay for a monthly subscription to be able to access a bunch of loops and audio sounds that you can then sample up royalty free and carve a track out of those samples. So I started with this, which was, I believe, yeah, here we go. So I'll start it from here. And that's the loop. So that's what I started with. Now I looked at that and I said, okay, so let's make some patterns around it. So I ended up coming here. So then I end up using I end up pitching down this sound. If you can see here, 12 minus 12, like just a whole octave down, and it ended up creating this sound. So now that I have those two variations, I figured I'd put one as the verse and one as the chorus to lift the chorus when it comes, and also in the verse it doesn't clash with the vocal as much. That was I guess a thing that I've known through years of trying to produce and trying to make music with myself and other artists. You don't want the vocal to clash with the sample that you're using, and you can mitigate that by a few ways. You can lower it an octave, you can even raise it an octave. You can use effects on it such as EQ, auto filters, delays, choruses, phases, flanges. All of those kinds of things can really help to carve out that spot in the track for the sample and also leave enough room for the vocal as a whole. Anyways, I digress. So I got to a point. I usually start with just a basic like metronome sound, so it's usually a snare or something. So I'll play you what that sounds like here. So I just need a continual thing to start keeping the pattern going, and then I'll add in the other instruments as we go. So I got the snare coming, and then eventually I got the hats going. So I have a layer of hats. So I got one hat here, and then I got another layer going. Now that layering really creates a full hat sound, and layering is one of the most essential things that you will have as a producer to really make your sounds unique and set apart from everyone else. And full, you really want to good layering will really help your track to sound full. As you see, I don't have many track files here. They're actually pretty much nothing, but when you use the layering, like two hats, and I've also got an 808 that's not in use at the moment, but I got a nice 808, and I got a layering of the kick. So let's move on to that. So now that we've got the hat and the snare together, the other thing is I needed a variation for when it came to the chorus as well. So just an extra snare in there. Just a subtle difference, but those subtleties do make a big difference in the end. So then I go on to the kick. Now, the kick by itself, one layer, okay, so it's doing something, but it's not doing much. Then when you put them together, it's got a lot more of a thud. It's got a lot of punchiness, but I didn't want it to poke so much through the mix. I wanted the 808 to take the main space in the low end. So, you know, that layering really helped, because if it was by itself, it's just got no life. But then again, if it was by itself, the thud, it also doesn't have the punchiness. So it's the combination. Which I thought really works well. Then you got the 808. So that comes in here. Let's have a look at the pattern. Got to look at the pattern. Got to look at the pattern. What's the point of showing you without the pattern? So I had some mock stuff here. I might as well delete that. But that's the pattern right there. Forgive me, I don't actually know if that's coming through the speakers much, so forgive me if it's just gone a bit silent there. But so now we have everything together, all of the drum together. That sounds like this. So it's those subtleties, guys. It's really like, it's simple but effective. So you mix that in here, and we've got the verse. Now I wanted to create a separation, and I wanted to lift the energy when the chorus came. So the changing of the snares was one thing. The 808, I believe, stayed the same. Yep. And just lifting that sample back up to where it was really is the emphasis of energy. And also, because I chose to sing on it, that's going to lift it as well, because I'm rapping the rest of it. So there's a couple of different things like subtleties that have really elevated that. So we'll have a listen. So the verse. So sorry, I accidentally pressed stop. Sorry about that. It's the subtleties, guys. Like, it just here, what did I use with the kicks? I just used some basic kicks, stuff. Bit hard to see with my screen in the way, but that's all right. And same thing here. I think they're just stock standard kicks from Ableton. The hats, where did I get them from? Chirp hi-hat. So that hat there and this hat here, I think they're just samples that I've used. The snare's just a basic snare, a sample that I have. The trumpets, what do we have here? EQ. So I just took out a bit of the low end. That's pretty much all I did there. Nothing crazy at all. I got an auto filter here on the lower trumpets. Sorry for the pause. I've also cut it a little bit differently as well. But yeah, pretty basic stuff, guys. I got an EQ on the kicks as well, just taking out a bit of the thuddy low end on the punchy kick, and a bit of the thuddy low end on the thuddy kick. And the 808 I've got a saturator on there. I've got the frequency at about 3. And I've got the dry, wet, and all that stuff. And yeah, just taken out, probably should do that as well. Just a little bit, just to get rid of the muddiness in the low end that you can barely hear. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So that is the track. Yeah, nothing too complex. I like to keep my stuff simple, but using high quality sounds and using good rhythms and good patterns, that really takes over. So keep it simple, keep it simple, and make everything count. But yeah, that was the behind the scenes for my track Trumpets. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you would like to see the vocals and the editing I did there, then send me a comment and I might be able to make another video detailing how I did that, what mic I used, and the recording process, my setup. So yeah, if you guys are interested, then let me know by leaving a comment. Otherwise, peace. Have a great afternoon.